my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Monday and I'll talk about all things leveling up and becoming your higher self. And in this video, we're going to be talking about why isolation happened when you're in the process of leveling up and how to navigate that. Recently, I decided to really get serious about my dreams and my goals. So that meant that I would have to create space for me to really focus on what I really wanted. So that meant that I had to end unnecessary relationships. I literally did a 3-day fast and I prayed. I wrote out all my desires. I didn't eat for 2 days and I asked God to move in my life and remove people who didn't need to be there. Why did I do that? Kid you not. As soon as that fast ended, one of my best friends were gone. Okay? As soon as that fast ended, like, the guy who I was seeing, the guy who I was spending the most time with, the guy who I've been associated with for the past year disappeared cold turkey. And I was like, okay, way to shut me up, way to just show me that you was listening, right? And I think that sometimes we want God to give us these big miraculous signs, but sometimes it's just be the people in our, like, people in the way. Like, get these people out the way. And once these people out the way, you can hear me, you can focus on me, and then we can move you where I want to move you to. I feel like I have been feeling emotionally distant from some of the people that I am close to. And I also have been feeling like I have been like isolated. I have not did it on purpose, but I feel like with where I'm headed, I can't continue to carry that baggage with me. And for me, I think this was very intentional. Like, it was intentional. Like, me making a decision to, like, end relationships, carve out space, and really focus on where I wanted to go was very personal, because I felt like if I didn't really get serious on my dreams and my aspirations and my goals, then I would never achieve them. I would continue to make excuses. In this season of isolation and in this season of stillness and quietness, I am learning to really love on myself and really enjoy being alone without feeling lonely. Oftentimes, loneliness and being alone are confused, and it's not that. Like, it's not that at all. I felt like I would bronze first and make these parts dark first, so the way I can really see like what's going on, because I do kind of go in with bright concealers. I love for my concealer to pop. Like, I don't think I put on any what you call that stuff? Dang, I forgot what it's called. I didn't put on any primer. I didn't put on any primer, y'all. I feel like all the relationships that have just ended they needed to end so the way I can make space for where God is about to take me. And they couldn't come with me, and I feel like they also was like stopping me from focusing. Oftentimes we hear people say when we are chosen for something greater, we are isolated first. And I ain't gonna lie, it has been the hardest thing ever. I be having so much temptation. I be so quick to want to do the things that I used to do, go the places that I used to go, talk to the people that I used to talk to, and indulge in the things that I used to indulge in. And I'm like, not bored, but I'm just like, oh my God, I need to fill this time with doing things that are gonna serve me and that are gonna add value to me. Whether it's reading my Bible, working out, doing some charity, volunteering, finding other hobbies that really help me become the woman that I'm trying to become and not pull me back to my old self. We don't have that conversation enough. And if you are struggling with that, you're gonna have to get some prayer in your life, read your Bible, work out, drink your water, find people who are on the same journey as you. That's why you're here watching this video, and do things that you wouldn't normally do. Do you know that I recently signed up for the Houston Symphony League? Okay, I'm not a part of the arts, but you know what? I'm gonna get a part of it. I am going to become a part of the arts. I have never heard anyone say that, but you know what? Why not? Why not? I have been pulled away, not as like punishment, but just to really like reposition me. I feel like this season has also revealed to me, I feel like my discernment has been heightened a little bit more too, because I am not clouded with a lot of outside noise and a lot of outside opinion. And the people who pretend, or the people who, you could be, take that back. You know how you've been mid-conversation and you're talking to someone and you're sharing like good news, or you're sharing like the things that you're working on, or you're just sharing how, you're trying to be a better person, you're trying to make sure your life is aligning, you want to be picking the friendships, the places, the things, and you're like sharing that because you're like just kind of being vulnerable and sharing where you are mentally, and then what season you're in, and then you can sense or feel the energy shift, and you can feel them. You don't know what they're saying, but you can feel the negativity in the back of their brain, and their body language, and the energy they give off in the middle of the conversation is like real loud. That has happened to me so much. It's like they're thinking, how fucking dare she? The audacity of her to be telling me this, or be wanting this, or to desire these things. She doesn't deserve these things. That's how I be feeling they be thinking when I'm sharing like where I am on this journey. But I also learned in this process is that it is not meant for everybody to know what you have going on, and you need to learn how to shut up. Wisdom and discernment also knows when to shut up. You having wisdom and discernment means that you should know when to shut up. And sometimes when you share too soon, it stops you from being blessed. How many times have you opened your mouth and shared with someone what you were working on, what you were trying to do, and it didn't happen? Yeah, shut your mouth. When you are leveling up, you are going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some people along the way. Some pieces that you thought that you would also always carry are going to eventually disappear. Like the things that you used to do, you're going to actually start feeling like, ugh, why did I even do that? Like, where did that habit even come from? You're going to start to be so unfamiliar to all the people and places and things that you used to do. And it brings me back to a conversation. I met up with a guy from like my past, I think maybe over a month ago, I would say. And in the mid-conversation, he asked me, which was like a slap in the face, mid-conversation, that man looked at me and asked me, when did you become so self-aware? Gagged me. Cause what? Like, what type of disrespect was I allowing? What type of behavior was I putting on? Like, what was I doing? For somebody to look at me and say, when did you become so self-aware? Y'all, the conversation that I had with myself the next day, or the ride back home in my car when I was driving, I was like, that. But it wasn't his fault. It was his fault because the disrespect was clear. But it wasn't his fault that he had to say that, because what was I doing? That's when the accountability and the discipline and all that stuff needs to like what were you doing? What were you allowing, girl? My makeup always looks crazy. Just trust the process. I think at the end we'll look like something. So after he asked me that question, I felt like the other side of me, like the smarter side, the wiser side, the person who I am working so hard to become, was like, how dare you? And it really kind of made me proud, because I was like, in a way, it just affirmed that you are changing and you are becoming unrecognizable. Because for him to ask you that question, when did you become so self-aware, shows that the work that you're doing is really paying off. So if you are looking for a sign to show up for yourself, to become a better version, to think more clearly, to accept your mistakes, to take accountability and become your higher self, you have to start with accepting the things that you've done and just forgiving yourself for all the mistakes that you've possibly made. The next thing that you will need to do during this isolation period, in this season of stillness and quietness, is literally protect your peace. People are going to come out of the woodworks. Do you hear me? People are going to be popping up that you ain't talked to in years, trying to get you back into the behavior and the routines and the habits that you used to have, and you have to stay the course, okay? I got a FaceTime call last night. That's how serious this is. And I blocked immediately, because I am so determined to get to where God is trying to take me. I am so determined to get aligned with where he wants me to go, so that way I can fulfill my destiny. I can fulfill the purpose that he has for me, because I know it's greatness on the other side. I feel like every time he's taken anything from me, I've gotten something greater in return. You don't owe anyone access to you just because they knew the old you. It should be such a privilege for people to be around the new you, like this sacred you. You're supposed to be protecting your peace, protecting your mind, protecting your space, and all things else. You don't have to explain to anyone why you're doing what you're doing, okay? You should just be proud that you are doing it. Many are called, but they never ever really get serious on where they really want to go and what they really want to do, and they just sit on the side and they judge everybody else and they watch everybody else. And in this season, I am just like, I'm locked in. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm clapping for everybody else that's doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm not even paying attention to the people who aren't doing what they're supposed to do. I can care less. Loneliness hurts, and solitude really heals. It allows you to spend time with yourself and really think about everything. It allows you to heal any of those deep wounds that you've pushed down. It allows you to revisit the things that's caused you pain. It allows you to really evaluate, why do I feel the way that I feel about all of these things? Why am I making the decisions that I make on a daily basis, and how do they affect me as an adult? How are my childhood wounds showing up in my adult life? I have been journaling my tail off, okay? If you look at my journal, I'm gonna have to burn that journal once I'm done with it. That's how serious this season of isolation and solitude has really been for me. It has been like a mental shift, okay? And not everybody's prepared for that. Honestly, it took me a minute to really realize that the quiet time that I'm experiencing is really powerful, and that I shouldn't take it for granted, and that there's a lot of people who wish they had this quietness that I get to experience. And sometimes I feel like it's kind of like a bit ungrateful, the fact that my life is so peaceful, but yet my nervous system craves chaos. It's like I've been living in chaos so long, and it feels super weird for me to be at ease. It feels so weird for everything to be just quiet, and I have to tell myself almost every day, like, it's okay. You're okay. You're okay. Nothing is happening to you. Just because your phone is not ringing, just because you are not going out as much, just because you're not indulging in all the old habits that you once had, does not mean that anything is wrong with you. People are gonna look at you like you batshit crazy, and that is absolutely okay. It's nothing wrong with you. You're really trying to make sure that you're living an intentional life, and sometimes it looks different. You have to really spend some time alone to really figure out, okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? And old habits may not be working for me, so what do I need to switch and change? I think one thing that I also had to really realize and learn while I'm working and navigating through this stillness and this quietness is that people will think that you're acting funny. People will think that you are being weird. And you can explain if you want to explain, but you really don't have to explain. Like, I had to explain to my close friend that it's not personal. Like, it'll take that back. It is very personal, but it has nothing to do with them. It has more to do with me and where I am headed. Like, the same things that I used to do, hold up. The things that I used to do, I can't do anymore. Okay, the conversations that I used to have, I can't have anymore. They're not serving me. They're not adding any value. They're not putting any money in my pocket. So that means right now, I have to put some things on the back burner, and I'm willing to sacrifice my friendships to get to where I need to go. And that might sound very fucking bad for someone to wrap their head around, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. And the thing is, a lot of people are not willing to say that, or a lot of people are not willing to do that because they feel like, but no, I love my friends. I love them. I want to see them win. And at some point, they're going to have to do the same thing that I'm doing, and I'm going to be like, I know what she's doing. And I'm not going to look at her like she's weird. Don't look at your friends like they're weird when they're going through an isolation or a solitude period. They need you to be on the side. Let them know, like, hey, I see you. I love you. Whenever you're ready, whenever you need me, I'm here. I'm ready. That's what people need. They don't need the people like, she thinks she better than us. She thinks it. Nobody needs that. We get enough of that. And I'm really just dumping my thoughts on this season that I'm in. And I really hope that something that I say does resonate. I pray that, you know, it does allow you to look at the season of isolation and the season of solitude in a different way, and not like a punishment, but like really, really, really as a means for you to really get to know yourself, and for you to be able to articulate your boundaries and standards at a rate that you can feel proud of yourself. Because oftentimes when we try to show our standards, articulate our standards, or even articulate our boundaries, people tend to look at us like, how dare you want, like, how dare those be your boundaries and your standards? When you're in a season of isolation and solitude, you get to get very clear on why you want what you want, why you deserve what you want, and why you want things to look a certain way in your life. And while everybody's standards and boundaries may look different, you don't have to justify why they're that. Does that make sense? I've been in a funk for the past couple days, and not that anything happened, I just have not been feeling like super happy, super excited, and I'm having to find the happiness. I'm having to dig deep to get back to feeling like my best self. So I decided to get up, record a video, and do my makeup. Really is an uncomfortable feeling when you're going through growth and when you're going through the isolation period. Like, you do feel a different way. Like, I feel like in this season and during this period, I have felt so many different emotions. I cried today. Okay, I cried today, and I cried because I didn't get my way, and it didn't happen the way that I wanted to happen, but I needed to happen this way in some regard, because if it didn't happen this way, then maybe I'll still be where I was. And for me, it's like, it's hard to just really like express, and I feel like only the people who have gone through what I've gone through, or what I'm going through currently, really get what I'm saying, you know? So I feel like things are gonna work out. Like, I don't understand exactly what's happening, but things are all working out for my good, and God is doing something great. I trust that. I trust and believe that He is doing something great. And I might not get it right now, but it's greatness. Great things are happening. I don't have all the answers, but I do feel like there are more people who are going through the same thing that I am going through. So I felt like, hey, why not share this? Because clearly I'm not the only one who will experience something like this. And I feel like sometimes we just need community. And I feel like maybe this will help somebody. Maybe this will help somebody put their feelings into words. I'm no makeup artist or any makeup guru. I taught myself how to do makeup. So if you have any tips and tricks and you notice something like, oh, she probably can do this and it'll help her makeup look better, I'm open for all comments and suggestions. So please leave them below on this video, and I will read them, and I will definitely try to incorporate them into my makeup routine. I just do what I think works, and then when we get to the end, I'm like, oh, okay, it looks cute. I gotta get quiet when I do these brows because they are ugly. They're not ugly, but they're a bit bushy. My eyebrows go crazy, okay? They go real crazy. And they've been bushy my whole life. I used to have a unibrow, I think. It was just certain things I just could not wait till I was old enough to go to the nail shop. Okay, I know that has nothing to do with the video, but doing these eyebrows just really made me think, like, I remember when I was a teenager or when I was a kid. I don't know. I wanted to get my eyebrows done so goddamn bad, to the point where my big sisters, I was in Atlanta back in like 2003, 2000, whenever. And my sisters, they were taking me to go do a photo shoot. Y'all, why I shaved off half my eyebrow before the photo shoot. And y'all know that my sister still made me take the picture. Half my eyebrow missing. Every time I look at that picture, I laugh. And they sent it to me. And I laugh. And I'm like, girl, what were you doing? Why would you do that? Not be judging me? Don't judge me, because I never said I was perfect. Okay? I just said I was willing to try to be a better person and become my best self. And you should be too. So part of becoming our best self is not judging other people who are still working on it. Um, it is an uncomfortable season, but it is growing pains, okay? And I feel like people who became great, they also went through the same thing. And I feel like they came out on the other side better, smarter, stronger, more disciplined, and more self-aware and aware of others. Um, you are okay. You're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. But I just thought this was worth sharing, because a lot of people aren't on the same journey as you. They might not really understand the season that you're in. So you don't have to worry about trying to explain it to them. Like, it's not always meant for them to understand. Just remember that you got this. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and that you are using this alone in isolation season to become your best self. Remember to pick up habits that align with where you're going. Connect with people who are on the same journey as you. Find things that bring you joy and happiness, so the way you can ensure that you are not getting lost in the sauce, and that you're not falling into a deep depression because you're not doing the things that ultimately bring you joy. You have to figure out what your purpose is. So you might need to sit down and journal a little bit. Figure out what it is that you want, and what is the life that you want to look like, and just work on becoming her or him. I pray that something that I said in this video really resonates with you, and I hope that you feel seen, loved, and even relieved if you need that. Because I know sometimes I do, and even with me recording this video talking to you, I go back and I watch my own videos for little nuggets, so the way I can make sure that I'm on the right path and I am doing the right thing. Not everybody get it, and sometimes I gotta go hear myself talk about it so the way I can feel better about it myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with someone who may be in a season of isolation, or even if you're in a season of isolation, know that you're not alone. Know that it's for a greater purpose, and goodness and greatness is on the other side of this season. Until next time, talk to you later. Bye.